Oh my god, let's start the video. Deposits minimum 4 to 6 marks. Not wasting a single minute. Yes, deposits is the deposits means a receipts of money to a company by way of deposits, loans, or any other form of a company. But deposits not includes such categories of amounts as prescribed by RBI. We all know that what the mean of deposits, but what were the eligibility criteria for accepting deposits from the public? Let's know eligible company for deposits. What were the eligibility? First, it must be a public company and it's having a net worth of more than or equal to 100 crores or turnover more than or equal to 500 crores. And members have passed special resolutions. You all know that 75% voting rights in a general meeting, and special resolutions is filed to register of a company within 30 days before issuing a circular through a pub through accepting a deposits. Some exception for passing a special resolutions. You can pass a ordinary resolution in general meeting if in case if a company is accepting a deposits within a limit of section 180 on C can be accepted by a passing of ordinary resolutions not required 75%. Let's see from whom deposits can be accepted. You can accept deposits by a public company and even from a private company. But in case if it's a public company, you can accept deposits from public and even from the members. But if in case it's a private company, only from the members, not from the public. Yes, let's see the limits for maximum amount of deposits. What were the limits for the maximum amount of deposits? Firstly, the eligible company. You all know that it will be a public it must be a public company. The deposits can be accepted from the members subject to maximum 10%. But if in case it's accepting deposits through a public, maximum 25%. Overall eligible company can accept a deposits 35% through paid up share capital, free reserve, securities premium. But if in case it's the eligible government company, maximum 35% of paid up share capital, free reserve, securities premium can be accepted only from the public or only from the members, or it can be bifurcated, but there will be no restricted breakup here. No bifurcation here. Let's see what were the procedure of a private company. If in case it's a private company, maximum 100%. Only from the members, not from the public. You all know that private company only from the members, only from the members, only from the members, not from the public. In case it's a public company, even from the public and even from the members. But if it's a private, only from the members. Yes. Only from the members, 100% paid up share capital, free reserve, securities premium. Yes, for IFSC. What do you mean by IFSC? IFSC means International Financial Service Center company. If in case it is an International Financial Service Private Limited company, the maximum 100% only from the members, private, paid up share capital, free reserve, securities premium. If it is public, you can accept public deposits maximum 100% or members maximum 100%, or you can be bifurcated. No restrictions break up here. But you, if in case you are accepting deposits from the public, you must including to file in form DPT3 to ROC within 30 days of accepting deposits from the public. Yes, let's see the what were the procedure or the conditions, rules for the accepting deposits. What are the procedures? A company is required to pass a resolutions at general meeting for accepting deposits. Firstly, it must pass a resolutions at general meeting for accepting deposits. Secondly, company shall issue a circular in a English or a vernacular language before accepting deposits. It must contains some certificates of statutory auditor in form DPT1 should be attached stating company has not defaulted in repayment and deposits in past. The circular shall contain following. What were that? Financial position, credit rating obtained, and total number of debitors, and amount due towards previous deposits, and other particular as prescribed. A fresh circular shall be issued every year for issuing deposits during the financial year. Then a company file a circular to the ROC within 30 days before date of issue of circular. You all know that. But if it is a company accepting deposits, deposit minimum of deposits of 20% of amount of deposits maturing in the following financial year, shall be deposited to the separate bank in the scheduled bank, in the bank called Deposit Repayment Reserve Bank account, DRA account. You can call that the DRA, Deposit Repayment Reserve Bank account, before 30th of April each year. And company certify that there is no default for repayment of deposits or interest if defaulted rectified continuously from the date of rectified. 5 years cannot be applied foreign deposits. It means if default rectified and 5 years passed, then only they can accept deposits. Yes, company can provide security for repayment of deposits, and for this they will create a charge on assets. If deposits are unsecured or circular, advertisement shall state it as unsecured deposits. If in case it's unsecured, the company must state the deposits is in a unsecured. Next, if deposits are unpaid, the deposits can apply to tribunal. The depositor can apply to tribunal. Tribunal will take necessary action. What were the necessary actions? Deposits can be accepted from minimum 6 months, maximum 36 months. If can be less than 6 months, also such deposits are maximum 10% paid up share capital, free reserve, securities premium, and such are accepted for minimum 3 months. Then next procedure is if company fails to repay deposits. If it's in case it's secured or unsecured, they are liable for 18% interest per annum for overdue period. On which amount? On the deposits amount on which they were accepted through the public deposits, 18% interest per annum, or through the members, 18% interest per annum for overdue period. Next procedure or conditions were a company can pay brokerage, but it shall not exceed the maximum rate prescribed in RBI in case of NBFC for acceptance of deposits. It means you must pay only prescribed by the RBI rate for a deposit holder. You can't pay extra percent or beyond the percent prescribed by RBI. Next rule is maximum limit of deposits as per section 24 is not applicable for the following. What were the following? Let's see that. If it's a startup private company for 10 years and private company fulfilling 3 conditions. Yes, it means you all see that the limits for maximum of deposits. If it is a startup private company, maximum 100% only from the members will not applicable for the startup private company for 10 years and private company fulfilling 3 conditions. Let's see that 3 conditions. Private company not an associate. It must not be an associate and it's not be an subsidiary of any company, and loan taken less than 2 times of paid up share capital or less than 50 crores, whichever is lower. If you are crossed any one this, you can't get any limit. Loan taken less than 2 times of paid up share capital or 50 crores, whichever is lower, and no default existing from such loan. Then you don't get a limits for maximum of deposits, maximum 100% only from the members. And private company fulfilling 3 conditions must file in form of DPT 3 to ROC. I know that they can accept more than 100%. Start a private company for 10 years, there will be no conditions. Directly they can accept more than 100%, but for the private company fulfilling these 3 conditions accepts more than 100% if in case it's file a DPT 3 to ROC within 30 days before accepting deposits from the members. They can accept more than 100%. Yes, that's it. Yes, you all know the procedures or rules for accepting deposits, but in case if it's a contravent, what were the penalties for that? For that it has a separate section called penalty for contravention under section 73 or 76. If company accepts deposits in contravention of conditions mentioned in section 73 or 76, or there is a default in repayment of deposits, part thereof interest, then company you are liable for repayment of deposits including penalty of 1 crore rupees or 2 times the amount of deposits, whichever is lower, 1 crore or 2 times the amount of deposits, whichever is lower. These two subject to limit of maximum 10 crores. But if in case it's an officer is liable for penalty, directly imprison up to 7 years and minimum 25 lakh, maximum 2 crore rupees. Yes, if it is proved that officer of a company who is in default contravened such provision knowingly or willfully he contravened, then that intention to deceive to shareholders, creditors, depositors, then he shall be liable under section 447. He also shall be liable under 447. Yes, there are some exempted deposits, means not an deposits, but can be seen as a deposits. That's all known as exempted deposits. If the amount received as an advance, if in case amount received as an advance through a share application money, advance towards allotment of securities pending allotment, then it's not in deposits. There are exemption if the allotment is not done. Exemption allotment is not done within a 60 days of receipts of application money. The same shall be refunded within 15 days from the completion of 60 days. It means 60 plus 15, 75 days, or it shall be treated as deposits. After 75 days, it shall be treated as deposits, which share application money advanced towards allotment of securities money. After 75 days is known as considered as deposits. Before 75 days, it shall not be considered as deposits. Yes. Next, loans from the director. In case of a public company, loan can be taken from the directors. In case if it is a private company, loan can be taken from the director or through his relatives also. Note, however, director of a company, private or a public company, or a relative of, if in case it's a private, relative of a directors of a private company from whom money is received, furnishes to the company at the time of giving the money, declaration in writing to the effect that the amount is not being given out of fund acquired by him by borrowing or accepting from any other, then it shall be known as deposits. If in case it's a public or a private company accepting deposits from a director, private company accepting from a director or a relative, on that time he must be given a declaration in writing that he didn't accept deposits from a borrowing or accepting from the others, then only it shall be considered as a deposit. Yes, that's it. Then next is non-convertible unsecured debentures listed in stock exchange. Non-convertible unsecured debentures is also not considered as a deposits. And even non-interest bearing amount received as a security deposits received from an employee of a company not exceeding their annual salary. If in case its annual salary is increasing, exceeding, then deposit, then it can be considered as a deposits. But in case decreasing, then a deposits, in case its annual salary is decreasing, then a deposits, it cannot be considered as a deposits. Sorry for this. Then amount received, any amount received in course of or for the purposes of the business of the company as an advance for the supply of goods or provisions of services, then it should not be considered as a deposits. There will be applicable 365-day rule. If is passed more than 365 days, then it shall be considered as a deposits. Then later, any amount brought any amount of 25 lakh or more received by a startup company by way of convertible into equity shares or repayable within a period not exceeding 10 years from the date of issue, in a single tranche from a person, then it's not a deposit. There will be exception if these 5 steps were contravened, then it will be accepted as a deposit. That's it. Thank you for watching.